Hey cherries, it's Jessica here from A Cherry on Top, and in today's video I am creating a scrapbook layout, and I really wanted to get into some mixed media products. So I am trying out some of the new Dylusions Diamond Dust and Diamond Rocks. I am working on the hexagon boards, which were also part of this collection. There are also some rectangles and some other fun shapes, but I decided to go with the hexagons, and I wanted a base painted layer using acrylic paints. This is a Christmas layout, so I'm using some greens and reds and then off-white shade. And this video is for our December YouTube hop. And if you leave a comment on this video, as well as the other videos in the hop, you will be entered for a chance to win a $15 Cherry on Top gift card. So I always love doing these hops. They're so fun, and we always have so much inspiration on them. So make sure to check out the other videos. Don't forget to leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Now let's get back to where I am in this layout. I am using the diamond medium, which is a bit like embossing ink, and then I stamped it on, and using the Island Parrot diamond dust, I sprinkled it on, and I just think it's so pretty. I'm doing the same thing here. And what I learned from the first one is you want to let the diamond medium set a little bit. I think the first one I went on a little too fast and it smeared a little bit. So for the second one, I am letting that dry a little bit before I'll put on the diamond dust again. For the diamond rocks, this is the first time using the diamond rocks, and I would describe this as like a really thick embossing powder. So it doesn't get the super small details, but it fills up and it looks really chunky and cool. You can see with the red hexagon that once I let it dry a little bit, I got a much cleaner result. So I would say even wait like 30 seconds before putting on the diamond dust, and you don't have to wait at all before putting on the diamond rocks. I took using these hexagons as a time to play. I'm testing out a bunch of different techniques and just having fun with it. That's what I think is really nice with having little canvases like this, is they're perfect for testing and just having some fun with, which is exactly what I'm doing. I've been using some stamps, some stencils, and also just some pouring on the different mediums and seeing how it goes. I really liked the look of the full hexagon being covered with the diamond rocks, and I decided to put a layer of the clear over all of them. And that way, I don't know, I just really liked the little bit of like glazed look that it had, and I think it's super pretty. I also can't get over how cool the diamond dust is. You'll see it again here. I'm first putting it on a little bit thick, and then once I'm ready to brush it off, just look how cool it is. It has like an iridescent shine to it, and I love it. Here's a look at the layout. I have it at a bit of a diagonal, and I wanted some mixed media in the background, so I grabbed this large scripty stamp that I've had forever, and I am just loosely creating some background with it. As you saw, my photos are larger and I have quite a few of them, so the majority of this will be covered up, but I think it adds some layers and some texture in the background, and I don't like working with a pure white background, so this helps me get away from that. Now I'm covering it with the diamond rocks, and I really love a good scripty stamp. I have quite a few of them. If I knew my photos were a little bit smaller or not going to take up as much room, I would have pulled out some of my other scripty stamps and tried to make it a little bit prettier. But in the case of this layout, I knew most of it would be covered, so I'm not too worried about it. I also wanted to say a little reminder that the diamond rocks do need to get heat set, but the diamond dust does not. So the diamond rocks I would say is comparable to a embossing powder, where the diamond dust is more comparable to a mica powder. Now it's time to work with the photos a little bit. I decided to back them, and I am using papers from the Simple Vintage 'Tis the Season collection, which I really love, and it's actually what I drew inspiration with for the colors that I chose to make my hexagons. So it's more of a vintagey Christmas and a little bit darker colors, which I'm really loving for this. I am arranging all of the hexagons in the diagonal that my photos are going, and a lot of them are covered up a bit, but for me that's just part of the mixed media and the layering, and that's the look I like to go for. Now I am gluing them all in place, just using my go-to Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, and then I will add the photos on. I always like to pop up my photos with some foam tape, so I'll do that here as well. I think it just helps bring them forward a little bit, and it helps keep them as the focal point. I'm using this Christmas title, and then I wanted the whole title to be Christmas Games, because this Christmas we played some really fun games, and that's what the photos are of. And then for the games, I'm using these puffy alpha stickers from Pink Fresh. They're from their Garden Bouquet collection, and I actually have 2 sets of these, and I might want to grab another before they sell out because I love them. I think the gold goes with so many things, including Christmas, so I'd recommend grabbing some of those. In my opinion, you can't ever have too many alphas. I pulled out some of the ephemera pieces from the 'Tis the Season collection, but decided against using them. I thought that there was already enough going on with all of the hexagons and the pieces I had in the background, so I ended up taking them off, but then I decided to use some of the stars from the chipboard, as well as some sequins, and this is the Vintage Christmas sequin pack, which goes beautifully with this collection. You'd think they were made for each other. I really love all of the picket fence sequin collections. I feel like I can never have enough, and I love using them, especially when I'm using them like this and they're more like little specks, which I will also add some paint splatters to this as well, and I think that'll just end up tying all of the pieces together. Before I start splattering my paint, I made sure to cover up my photos. This is a mistake that I've made many times, where I didn't cover up my photos because I thought I could control the splatter, but what I've learned is that you cannot control it, so just cover up your photos just to be safe. I can even move around my guards a little bit so I can get in between places, and then you can see how much the splatter, I feel like, brings the whole piece together. All I did to create this splattery paint is to water down some of the off-white acrylic paint and splatter it on. So here's the finished page. Make sure to check out all the other videos in the hop, and thanks for watching.